amazed. Why? Because
this call is now being recorded.
I was so amazed because what I saw was very, very mouth, I don't know what I call mouth dropping, because I just saw one line. How can you send one line and attach your CV, no good subjects, right? And you send it and you think that you're going to get a job. No cover letter, no subjects, no body of message. You just send it and you feel that you're going to land the job. Nobody's going to open that mail. Absolutely nobody's going to open the mail. All right, so that's why we chose the topic for today, right? And we are going to be moving into it very, very quickly, right? Okay, so what will this webinar cover? This webinar is going to cover how recruiters actually read CVs. Why are we looking at this? Is because we don't just want to see CV from the perspective of the applicant. You want to see your CV from the perspective of the recruiter or the HR person or the potential employer. You want to know, how do they actually see my CV? So as to know that, okay, does this my CV need some adjustment or not? Even if you give your CV to somebody to do, when you have this knowledge, right? Because some of you are very busy, so you outsource your CV revamp or CV writing to somebody else. But once they send it to you, there are certain things you should look out for. If you don't see those things, then you should ask questions, right? So we're going to be looking at that from the recruiter's perspective. We're going to be looking at why most CVs never get shortlisted. There is a certain slide that I have that is full of data, full of statistics. I'm going to be taking us through that also. How ATS systems filter candidates. Some of us are applying for international jobs, and that international job, there are a lot of people that have applied, and there is a system. There is a system by which these guys filter the series before a human actually look at it. So we're going to be looking at that soon. Also, we're going to be looking at practical CV fixes so you can apply immediately. So whatever I'm going to be teaching us is going to be practical. You can, after this meeting, you can go and work on it, look at your CV and make the adjustments, right? So I'm not going to like hold anything back, right? And the last one we're going to be looking at is what to do after today to improve your chances. What can you do today to improve your chances of landing a job very, very soon? So who are the people that should be here? Fresh graduates. And this is for fresh graduates. You can use whatever I'm teaching today. Experienced professionals, you can use whatever I'm teaching today. If you want to switch your career, you can use whatever I'm teaching today. And if you are tired of sending CVs without feedback, you can use what I am teaching today, right? Let me just say this, by the way, this is just part one. There are actually 4 parts, right? So this is just part one, and I will let us know when we're going to have the second, the third, and the fourth, right? Because this webinar today solves the issue of your CV. There's now going to be another webinar that solves the issue of where to apply and how to apply. Then there's another webinar that is going to treat your interview now that you have been selected, right? And there's another webinar that's going to address now that you are employed. What do you do your first week, your first month, your first 3 months on a new job? What do you want to do? How can you position yourself from the beginning? You know, if the foundation is not correct, there's going to be problems. So it's not just about getting a job, it's about understanding, right? Till you will get or land the job, right? So, like I said, I'll let us know when we're going to be having the second, the third, and the fourth. Sorry, I'll need to be okay. Sorry, there are 3 people. Okay, sorry. Okay. Okay. All right. Welcome. Welcome. All right. So let's go to the next slide. About me. My name is Emmanuel Boso Jr. Many of you have actually interacted with me, whether through CV revamp, CV review, or you are just in the job market groups or channel where we post legit jobs daily, right? So basically, I'm a career and business expert. I'm currently working in an international role. I've held high earning positions and recruited for firms, right? I've done recruitments, I've done hiring and firing, right? I've reviewed CVs of over, I was just humbled to put 200 plus CVs, right, in the past 3 years, right? But it's actually much more than that. All right. I've optimized LinkedIn profiles for global visibility, helped professionals move from repeated rejections to to being shortlisted. I've also prepped for interviews and also better paying opportunities. Right. So basically, that's a little bit about me. And this is another thing about me that is not here. Is that many times people say there is no job, and I've been okay. Some of you we can call it grace, right? But grace without work has a problem, and like the good book says, I have no. Paul was saying, God has given me grace, but I actually put more labor. I labor more than you all. You understand? So while there is a grace which I have seen in that I cannot stay unemployed, right? For the past 3-4 years, I've been working either 4 jobs or 3 jobs or 2 jobs. I think the last time I worked 1 job was maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago, actually. From 4 years ago till now, I've either worked 4 jobs maximum, and that was for maybe just a month. But three jobs, 2 jobs, right? And so I have little to say about how to actually get yourself well positioned. You understand? So those are part of the things I'll be speaking on today, so that we can be able to get well-paying jobs with our CVs. All right. The big question is, why are you still getting rejected? Why are you still getting rejected? You send your CV, you see a job you like, or that you are, what's the word now? You match the requirements to some extent, right? You send in your CV, right? And you don't get a feedback. Nothing, no calls, nothing, right? Like I said, okay, I think I'll talk about this part later, right? So, but why do you get rejected? So there are just few reasons, right, that I was able to look at, and which is qualified but overlooked. Many candidates don't get interviews. Other is structure, not competence. Many times the CV is not structured in a way it should be. I'm going to be mentioning some things, right? So just stick with me. The CV is not structured as it should be, because there is a way a CV is supposed to be structured. I see some funny CVs. I'm like, I don't know if you are trying to get a job, or you are trying to get married to the recruiter, or you are trying to shoot your shots to the HR. Is this a CV, or is this I am available proposal? You understand? So there's a structure to how your CV is supposed to be. Another is seconds matter. Seconds matter. Now you have to understand that when a recruiter sees your CV, they have about 6 So 10 seconds to make a judgment about you. 6 to 10 seconds. So what can you do to your CV that makes it attractive in 6 to 10 seconds? Please excuse me. Apologies. All right, so what can you do? How can you draft your CV? Or even if you give it out to somebody, what should you look out for, right? Before you accept that this is a job well done, right? Okay. What is really a CV? I know many of us know that CV means curriculum vitae or whatever you want to pronounce that word. I think that's a Latin word, right? But what really is a CV? A CV is a marketing document. It's a marketing document. You see, in this life, you have to know how to sell. Yes, if you don't know how to sell yourself, people will put a price on you that is not really up to what you are worth. Why? Because you don't know how to sell. You see, people like companies like, let's say Milo, for instance. Imagine Milo creates a product like Milo, and they say, oh, whatever value you want to put on this, just pay for it. Some people will say, oh, one sachet of Milo is currently like 250, 300. Some people will be like, I'll pay 10 naira for it. Some people will be like, I'll pay 15 naira for it. Some people will be like, why don't they just give it to me free? Now, that is how you get priced if you don't understand that you are in sales. It doesn't matter what you are. If you like you're a tech guy, if you like you are an accountant, if you like you are whatever you are a salesperson. If you want to get your CV through the door, through or in the midst of 250, 1,000 people, right? Am I audible? Okay. You have to know how to use your CV as a marketing document, as a sales document. Now, your CV is a marketing document, is not a biography. And I'll tell you why why I intentionally put that word biography. It's meant to secure interviews, not explain your life. It's for you to secure interviews. That's the reason why you're sending a CV. But some people, their CV is an explanation of their lives, right? Their CV is an explanation of their lives, which is not supposed to be. And I'll tell you what are the things that make your CV looks like an explanation of your life, that makes your CV looks like a biography, right? So there are two things here. Your CV is supposed to show relevance. How relevant is this person to this job role? Right? We want to see relevance, not efforts. Your recruiter, your employers are interested in results, not efforts. Oh, I worked in Chicken Republic for 5 years, and so what? That is effort. I was the manager at Tasty Fried Chicken. I worked there for 5 years. I managed, and so what? Those are efforts, right? How can you present your CV in such a way that your recruiter, that your employer knows or is able to quantify your efforts? They can be able to judge your results and say, oh, if this person can do this person can do this here, right? We'll be seeing examples. I have examples, right? I'm not just speaking abstract. I have examples of good CVs and good ways to do it, bad ways to do it. Number two is answer the questions. Why should we interview you? Your CV should be able to answer that question. Why should we interview this person? Let me use somebody's name as an example. The first person that came was Ajet Tomobi. Temitope. Temitope, thank you very much for being the first person to come in. And I think I'm going to, after this session, send me your CV. I'll do a free CV revamp for you, just in case your CV is not good. Right? Thank you. So I'm going to use you as an example. Temitope. All right. So why should we interview Temitope? That's the question. So when you look at your CV, ask yourself, if you were the recruiter, how or why should I interview this person? Let's go to other things. Now, this is the statistics part that I have for us, right? What really happens to your CV? You know, some of you will say, oh, they have not gotten back to me. What really happens to your CV? Let's look at what really happens. And you can see I have the sources where I picked this data from. The average job posting receives about 250 applications within a short period. Some of us can bear me record that some of you that know how to use your LinkedIn and you set your job alert, you will see that a job is like over 100 people have applied, and the job is just like maybe like 5 hours ago that it was posted, right? So on an average, 250 applicants within a short period. Now, popular roles like entry-level, tech, remote, finance often attract 400 to 1,000 plus applicants, sometimes within days, right? Recruiters spend an average of 6 to 8 seconds on the first scan of a CV before deciding whether to continue reading it or to reject it. Why? Because they don't have time. How do you want me to sit down and read 250 CVs from beginning to the end? You must be kidding me. You must be kidding me. I cannot sit down and sorry, let me accept this person. I cannot sit down and read 250 CVs. That's impossible. Right? It's impossible. I can't do that. So there must be something I'm looking at, and I'll tell you what exactly our recruiters looking at in that 6 to 8 seconds. You understand? Now let's continue. Approximately, listen to this. This is very important now. Approximately 70 to 75% of CVs are rejected by applicant tracking system, which is ATS, before a human recruiter ever sees them. Now, like I said, I wrote my sources there. This I got from LinkedIn and GitNox. GitNox also writes, they do data statistics on different subjects. So I got this from them. Can you imagine? 70 to 75% of CVs are rejected by the ATS. What is ATS? ATS is a like an AI system, right? That actually filters applications or CVs before they take them to the next level, which is where the human recruiter is now going to scan them or look at them or read them. Can you imagine? So it means that only 25 to 30% of CV makes it to the next level. This is very, very serious. Now, look at this. This makes it worse. Fewer than 3% of submitted CVs result in an interview invitation. Fewer than 3%. I got it from another player. Another player said 2%. So between 2 to 3% of CVs, somebody should help me do the calculation. If you have 250 applicants, please can you do calculation 3%? What is 3%? 3%. Please, I need somebody. 3%. What is 3% of 250? Of 250? Is anybody there? Okay. I don't know if the chat box is 2.5. Okay, 7.5. So out of 250, if we are just going by average, right? Out of 250 applicants, or applications or CVs, only 3% makes it for an interview. We're not even talking about only 7.5. That is 7.5. Or let's just round it up. 8. On an average. If you have gone for an interview before, if you got a job and you did an interview, just know that there is a possibility that 250 people applied and you were one of the people that made it for the interview. You were one of the 8 people. All right, so let's continue. Nearly 99% of large companies use an ATS to manage, filter, and rank job applications, especially international jobs. 99% of large companies, you can see the source, GitNox. So if you say, oh, Nigerians, we don't really use ATS to, okay, maybe Nigerians. Well, if you're interested in being an employee for an international company, but you must understand that, 99% of them are already using this ATS system. Now, ATS systems primarily screen for keywords, job titles, skills match, and relevance to the job description, not effort, not intention. I'll explain more in the following slide. So this is like an applicant's roadmap, right? So you submit your CV here with your cover letter, and there are some people that don't have cover letter. Some of you only have CV, you don't have cover letter. All right. So CV submission, from CV submission, 100% of that submission goes through the ATS filtering. Then out of that 100%, about 30%, 25 to 30%, like we saw in the stats, only 20 to 30% are scanned by the recruiters. You understand? Like I said, I'll show you what parts of it that they really scan. And 2 to 3% out of this 30% are the ones that get interviewed, because a recruiter is only recruiting for one position. Like you see on LinkedIn, only one position. Over 100 people have submitted the applications. Who do you think will sit down and read, even if it's just 100 CVs? Some of us are HR here. Recruitment is not the only thing HR does, right? They still have training, they still have onboarding, they still have performance appraiser. So for them to sit down for just one position and they are reading 100, that's impossible. They have to scan. There have to be something, and many people use ATS and many people scan, right, with their eyes. So just open the documents, just okay. They're looking for something, right? Okay, let's go. Please let me know if you are following. Please give me your emojis, please. Give me emojis, please. If you are following, if you're liking this, if this is making sense to you, if I'm not wasting your time. Just 2 emojis. Come on, we can do more. All right. Thank you very much. Now, this is just by the way, just understanding what an ATS system is. An ATS is a software that scans CVs before human review. And what do they scan? They scan for keyword matching. Look at that word. I chose that word for a reason. Keyword matching. Some of us, we see a job vacancy. We look for the email address, or we see on LinkedIn. We don't even read the job description. We don't read the introduction. We don't read anything about it. We just apply. Right? You just apply. There's something the ATS system is looking for. It's looking for keyword matching. The words that were used to describe the job description on the vacancy are the same words that this ATS system is looking for on your CV. That's the truth. Let me say it again. The words that were used to describe the job are the same words that are being looked for on your CV. Let me bring it back home. Some of us, we have been in exams, maybe in secondary school, and we wrote. Jesus, we collected extra page, we wrote everything, we poured out our mind on the book in the exam, only for the results to come out. Only for the results to come out. And you could swear that Allah, I swear, this is not my result. This is your result. Because you don't understand that the man cannot sit down to read 100 people's answer with legible and illegible handwriting. So he's looking for keywords. He's looking for the words that he used in giving you the definition in the class. He's looking for those words inside your definition. So you can write 4 sentences and you don't give him those specific keywords. Instead of you to get 10, you will get 2. And the 2 is because of because of your efforts. All right, so that's what ATS do too, right? And also format sensitivity. Oh, some people and their CVs are very bad in formatting. Let me tell you, some of you have very nice stuff in your CV, but your CV format is bad. And when the ATS system cannot filter your CV, it cannot understand your CV. You have CV, you are putting your passport in your CV. Do you want to get married to the recruiter? Auntie, why is your passport on your CV? Why? There are other things I'll talk about anyways. Just follow me. Why most CV fails? Why most CVs fail? Number one is generic content. You are using the same CV for every job without customization. Are we together? Please, can you? Okay. You are using the same CV for every job. For instance, let me use my let me use this as an example. You're an accountant. There is an accountant role. There are some jobs that have we call it account receivables. Like they're just looking for an account receivable officer. There's another one, account payable officer. There's another one, auditor, account auditor. Now, you use one CV and you applied for these 4 different, not really different, but they are different. You used one CV and you applied for these 4 different positions. And you are wondering why you have not been called. You are wondering why they've not called you. They will not call you. Because the person that is looking at your CV is looking for something. And you are generic. An accountant is a generic position. You will handle account receivables, account payables. But if I'm saying I'm looking for account payables, it means that your CV is supposed to be screaming account payable. Not accountant. It's supposed to be screaming. There's supposed to be an adjustment, sort of, you will do to your CV that makes it scream that exact position. Right? And if a recruiter sees that this your CV is generic, they will not want to listen to you. If there's a job role let's say for an account payable, I'm just using this as an example. For an account payable, for HR, you can also use HR like you're looking for okay, let me just stick to accounting. So you have an accountant and you have an accountant CV and you have another CV for as a job payable, for a job payable role. which one will you choose? I'll go for the job payable guy. Why? Because from the beginning of the CV, his CV is screaming job payable, sorry, account payable, account payable, account payable. From the beginning to the end. It would even be that this guy, right, is even an accountant who he has not really worked only in a account payables department, but there's something that you can do to your CV. There's a way you can customize your CV that you can have 4 different CVs to. So basically what many people do is that you are using a fish hook, right? And you are using it for all kinds of fishes. Let me tell you, there's some fish you catch with fish hook. There are some you need to catch with net. There are some that will get hooked on your hook and destroy your hook. You understand? Let me quickly move. No results, missing measurable achievement or impact. I'll explain this one very well. There's a portion with example very well. What does it mean? We need to, and I'm speaking very passionately, right? We need as career people to understand the measurement of your job. This is very, very important. You have to understand the measurement of your job. What we call like the KPIs. You have to know, what is my effort contributing to the profits of the company? Because the company was not established for something else, for charity. No, it was established to make profits. And if I cannot quantify my effort, if I cannot quantify what I am doing in the 8 hours of me being in the office, if I cannot quantify it and relate it to the profitability, or give an inference to how it contributed to the profitability of a company, a recruiter will not really give attention to you, except is an entry-level recruiter. Because I have worked in places where what got the attention of this time it was not even the recruiter, it was the CEO. What got the attention of the CEO was how that I was able to quantify my efforts. And like I said, I'll explain that there. Poor structure, I've said something about this. Poor structure, poor formatting, and irrelevant focus. Highlighting experience that doesn't match the role. This is one of the things that I see that makes me look like, only you have done customer service. From there, you jumped to sales. Okay. From there, you jumped to HR. Okay. From there, you left there to accounts. Now you will say it's a village people, it's village people that is disturbing on your and it's there on your CV. And the funniest part is that you are applying for an account role, and you have your customer service. Maybe you did customer service while you were in school, shortling it. After that, you went into sales, you did like a realtor, you were selling land. From there, you went into HR, you did HR for like 2 years. Before you found yourself, you said, okay, let me go into accounting. So you did accounting, somebody gave you an opportunity, you worked for 2 years. You don't need those 4 things on your CV. It's confusing. Do you know what it screams? It screams this person is confused. This person does not really know what they want. They might wake up tomorrow and change from account to something else. Like I said, I've done job. I've worked. I've handled 3 jobs at a time, 4 jobs max at a time. It's not everything you see on my CV. It's not everything you see on my LinkedIn. If I give you my LinkedIn name, Emmanuel Mboso Jr., go there, you see a guy on blue suit. It's not everything that is there. You understand? It's not everything that is there. Why? Because I am tailoring my LinkedIn, my CV, my cover letter to pronounce me as a singular thing it's a matter of focus. Are you following me? It's a matter of focus. This person is focused. It is later you will know that as an accountant, I've done HR courses. As an accountant, I've done sales, something related to sales. It is when you have employed me that you will know. But on my CV, I'm an accountant, or you are an HR, or you are sales. Even if you are for a customer service, sorry, even if you are gunning for a customer service role and you've done HR before, there's a way for you to make your CV silent those years and pronounce the customer service that you're actually applying for. There's a way to go about it. You understand? I'm doing CV for someone say, oh, the person gave me CV of 3 pages and I reduced it to 1.5. I say, no, you didn't put this, you didn't add this, you don't. First question I'll ask you is, what do you want to pronounce yourself as? What do you want this CV to say you are? No, I've done accounting, I've done customer service, no. What exactly do you want this CV to pronounce you as? You know, somebody sent me a CV, I think this week. I did a review for her. She has customer service experiences and she's actually gunning for HR roles. She has HR certifications and all that. So that is our main thing. So I told her that, you see, this is your CV. You're supposed to divide this CV into 2. 1, HR focused. The second one, customer service focused. You know, because in Nigeria, you don't want to stick to one job now. You can be doing HR. I think you can mix to them to some extent, depending on which one is remote, which one is hybrid, or whatever it is. So this is HR. Everything about it, your certifications, HR certifications, will be inside this HR CV. Then this customer service, your experience, your certifications, everything will be in the customer service CV. So you have 2 different CV, 2 different cover letter. I get what I'm saying. So focus, very, very important. Now, what to remove from your CV immediately? In case you are still here, you have not, I believe that some of you have started jotting down things, start looking at your CV, and you are already knowing these are the things I need to do. I'm already giving you tip. This tip, I actually charge for them, but I'm giving you for free, right? Because we are together. And because of the good news I have at the end of this webinar, right? Number 1, the things you need to remove from this your CV, is age, gender, marital status. Every time I see these things, I'm like, oh God, is this person a fresh graduate? Why do you have your age? I was born in 1982. Why? Why is it on your CV? I'm male. You are homosexual. Your marital status, I'm single. If you like, even put single and searching. Why are those things? Please, I need somebody to help me. Why do people have their age, gender, and marital? Some people have their local government area. Are you applying for a government job? What is your local government area? What is your state of origin doing inside your CV? What is your full house address? Number 4, Ajali Koko Street, K2 Lagos. What is it doing inside the CV? What is it doing inside the CV? Are you planning to be kidnapped? You are planning to be kidnapped. Why? When a stranger come to you and ask you, give me your full address, and you give them, the recruiter, as long as you are not employed, the recruiter you are sending your CV to is a stranger. And our mommy told us not to talk to strangers. How can you now give your full house address? They say somebody is stalking you. You say somebody is, why wouldn't they? What is your full answer? Why can't you just put Lagos, Nigeria? That's all. In fact, even if you're doing, I just learned this recently. If you're doing, if you're applying for international job, don't even put Nigeria, because Nigeria has lost credibility when it comes to international job. You just put Lagos, West Africa. So that they will not come think you are in Lagos, that is in Las Vegas or wherever that other Lagos is. Please, if you have your age, you know, this webinar, let me not turn it into a deliverance service, but it's deliver your CV from nonsense things. Please, please. Your passport photograph. I don't know if your CV is now your international passport. I don't know whether you want to see, because these things, they create bias. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. These things, they create bias. You are putting your religion. I'm a Muslim or I'm a Christian. The person that's employing has already judged you before they give you the opportunity to defend your skills. You don't want anybody to judge you negatively before they give you the opportunity to defend your skills. You have already snapped picture of your hijab on your CV. A Christian, whatever, that have not been really taught like that to understand that skills, you know, is what matters. We look at your CV, say, hijab. He does not want to see anything again. They look at your age, 30, they say, 42. This person is going to be old though. No. We need fresh people. You've not explained yourself, you've not told them about your skills, you've not said anything. You have been judged. This person is single. He's going to come and be sleeping with all the girls here. I assure you don't really know what people think. I can guarantee you. People really think to that extent. You have hobbies. I like to read. I like to watch movies. Why in God's name is your CV having hobbies? Why? Explain to me. Stachoma, explain to me why your CV has, I love watching movies, I love reading. Why? This is a professional sales document. I don't care about your CVs. Yeah. Sorry, I don't care about your hobbies. If you like football, I don't care. This is a professional CV, and it should speak to what you are applying to. Every other thing is unnecessary. I've spoken about religion rather, or political information. You are writing there that you are APC. Then your employer is PDP and has hatred for APC. Throws away your CV and you say, God, when? And you are going for Shiloh. Not knowing that you're the one who have not who have exposed yourself unnecessarily. So please, as I'm speaking now, be thinking about your CV. Be thinking about your CV. If you have your CV, just pull it out. If you have your CV, just pull it out. Pull it out. Sorry, I want to send. If you have your CV, pull it out and begin to question your CV. The thing is that some of you got jobs while you still had your age and gender and marital status, but they are higher levels. Your job that they are paying you what 200,000, 300,000, or 500,000. If you are going to go for a level of 1 million, 1.5, 2 million, there are things that cannot be tolerated. It was tolerated maybe because your employer actually needed somebody to fill that position. That's why or maybe the HR does not know what it's doing. Because these are things that are signs of bad series. So what is the structure your CV should have? What is the content? I've told you what should not be there. Now I'm going to tell you what should be there. Number one, which is very important. This number one, clear professional summary, concise overview of your value proposition. Like I told you, is a sales document. You have to have a very fantastic professional summary. It has to be clear, it has to be quantifiable, it has to be concise. It's not, I think maximum it should be around maybe 5 or 6 lines. Maximum. You should be able to say, and this part, like I said, I said I was going to tell you what do recruiters read. This is what they read. After they read your name, and you have, okay, my name is Emmanuel Mboso Jr. The next thing, customer service representative. The next thing, my email, my phone number, my LinkedIn, and Lagos, Nigeria, or whatever it is, if it's for national jobs, or Nigeria, West Africa. The next thing is your professional summary. I've seen CVs before that do not have professional summary. And I'm asking the person, what do you think I should do? I should read your entire experience. No, I need to read a summary of your experience and then get interested in reading your experience, work experience, one after the other. You have to hook me. So your professional summary is a hook. It has to be quantifiable. It has to be full of, you have to sell yourself. Don't worry. Maybe when we have that webinar on interview, there are many things I would like to share with us. Because I've had interviews with people, their CVs are fantastic, but they are not fantastic because they don't know how to sell themselves. They don't know how to sell themselves. I've worked in a place before where the man saw my CV, we had an interview, he sent me a document, he said, okay, work on this document. I worked on it, I sent it back to him. He was amazed. He said, I did not even think about some of the things that you wrote here. Okay, can you come work for us? And you see, I came in through a job agency. So some people have chatted me to say, do we have jobs? Okay, so I don't give jobs. What I'm actually working on is actually getting international companies and recruiting for them, right? That's what I'm working on. So I don't want to do Nigerian stuff. So I went through this person and I got this job, and they were supposed to get like a percentage, and I worked, I think I was working 3 times physically in the office. It was a ghost kitchen, a virtual kitchen. So I went to the office. In the space of 1 month, that's I was telling you that initially, I said to you that, what do you do in your first 1 week, in your first month, in your first 3 months of employment? In the first 1 month, I had already bamboozled the guy, not bamboozled the guy like wrongly. I had already impressed him. He had to call me and ask me, I want you to work more hours. Can you give me like 1 more day extra? How much will it cost? Do you know what I turned into? From there, I turned from an employee to a consultant immediately. Why? Because my work, not because my work was very fantastic, but there's a way you will position it. There are some things that you will use, and one of it is AI, which some of you don't know how to use. We'll talk about that later. The man was like, okay, what do you want? I think in the space of 1 year, my salary got doubled. Yes. Because when I was about to leave, I showed him I got this offer from somewhere else. No, you can't leave. I'll top your salary. And he topped it. And I was going to the office instead of four days. I told him I can't even come for 4 days again. Don't forget, it was from 3 days to 4 days. I said I can't come for 4 days again. I can only come for 3 days. I'll do my work and I'll send my reports, everything. He agreed, and my salary did not change. My CV brought me in, but my ability to sell myself kept me in. So what I'm talking about, professional summary, is not just for your CVs, for yourself. Another thing is relevant experience first. This is the arrangement. The arrangement is from current to former. After your professional summary, you have your current, where are you working now? Then you now look at where you worked before that, then where you worked before that, where you worked before that. You understand? Where are you working now? So it's from current to former, right? Not the other way around. Achievement focus bullets. Like I said, I'll talk about this one. Skills aligned to roles. You are a customer service and you are listing your skills. There's no CRM in what you are listing. No CRM. There's no project management tools like Asana, like Trello. You don't know, there's no Excel. You are putting communication, you are putting all those things that we should put when we just left school. Uh, they have to know what tools can this person use, what skills does this person have. Relevant. The skills have to be relevant to the role. And the last one is clean formatting. Clean formatting. You can't. I don't know how some people have CVs and they have tables inside their CVs. What happened? Is it 2 times 1 2? You have tables inside you have columns, and no. The maximum number of columns you should have is just 2. One side, maybe you have your details, depending on styles, right? Then this place is now, this other side is now the main, and this one is smaller than this main, just 2. Anything apart from that, you're already shooting yourself in the leg, right? If you are following me, if you are enjoying this, please let me see your thumbs up. Let me see your smiling emoji. Thank you very much. Faith, thank you very much. Olalikon, thank you very much. Olakunle, thank you very much. Bello, you are laughing. I don't know why you're laughing. Blessing Asi, thank you very much. Tina, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, guys. I'm loving the love. Thank you very much. So I'm not wasting people's time. Let's go. We're almost done, anyways. Now, this is where I was going to talk about. Listen to me. When you, I'm now going to zoom into your job description, your work experience part of your CV. Let me say it again. Don't put your job description in the work experience section of your CV. That is not what that section is for. Because you don't want to take your time to write a CV, you just went to your job description, your offer letter that they gave you, you just copied the first 4 things on the job description, and you just put it there. No, sir. Don't do that. That is not what your recruiter is looking for. Your recruiter is not looking for someone that will tell them job description. No, your recruiter is not looking for job description. Your recruiter is looking for job achievements. Not job description, but what? Job achievements. What did you achieve, or what have you achieved on your current role? What did you achieve in your previous role? What did you achieve? Can you quantify your achievements? Not what you did. I don't want to know what you did. I don't know what effort you did. I don't want to know what effort you put in. I want to know what results you got. Yeah, I want to know what results you got. Like I said, some of you might not have these things and you might land a job. Is either the HR is not serious or is an entry level. But if you must come up higher, which is the level which I want every one of us to come up into, you must take all these things serious. Now look at an example. This person is a salesperson, right? And part of the job is work experience. He said responsible for managing sales. And so you are responsible for managing sales. Okay, what else? Can you give me numbers? Can you quantify this, your duty? without me talking to you? Can I have an idea? Because responsible for managing sales, did you do well? Or you did poorly? So this is the right way. I don't know if you can see this. Increased monthly sales by 35% within 6 months. You are making your, at this point, the recruiter is happy. I increased past tense. Yeah, right? That's important. I increased monthly sales by 35% within 6 months. The recruiter is now sitting down and thinking to himself, okay, my monthly sales is 2 million. This guy can increase it by 35%. So if I do the math, it means I'm going to be getting about 2.4 million. I want to talk to this guy. That is how it works. Look at other examples. This is for a tech person, a tech or website developer, right? Look at it. Built and optimized 5 responsive websites that reduced page load time by 40% and increased clients' conversion rates by 22%. You see what the person did there? He related it to the sales, to the profit, because the reason why the business is in existence is to make money. And if you cannot tell me how your skills, how your experience, how your knowledge can actually make me have more money, I don't want to talk to you. Look at it there. He says it's increased, and this is why this is the thing. While you are working where you are working, you have to understand, how does my role affect the profitability of the company? Because those are the things you add to your CV. So that by the time you go for an interview, you can be able to defend. Some people, they have all these statistics on their CV, but they cannot defend themselves. There are sometimes when I do some stuff for some people, I kind of, after I explain to them, because you need to know how to defend yourself. But this is not for another. This to know what to have in your CV. Right. A customer service person, this is an achievement-focused work experience. This is like bullet 1. You can have like 4 bullets, 5 bullets max on each work experience. Resolved 60+ customer inquiries daily with 95% satisfaction rate, reducing repeat complaints by 30%. A normal recruiter, a normal CEO knows that when you reduce complaints, it means that sales goes up. When my customers are 95% satisfied, sales goes up. And if sales goes up, money come in. Hallelujah. Money come in. 60+. These are numbers. These are quantities. Quantities. You have to be able to quantify it. They don't want to hear English. I'm a customer service. I resolve complaints. I resolve complaints as quick as possible. Who cares? But if you say I resolve complaints within 1 minute, which has reduced complaints by 40%. So you must understand, any job I do, I try to understand what is my KPI. If I understand my KPI, I want to understand how is this quantifiable. Unless there are some jobs, of course, you just have them because you just want to make money. You know, yeah. Accounting. We say reconciled monthly account with 100% accuracy. Why? Because in accounting, accuracy is very, very important. In customer service, ability to what? To respond to customer complaints is important. Ability to respond to customer inquiry is important, because the customer comes and inquire about a product and nobody is attending to them. Sales is going to go down. Sales go down, no money comes in. So you must know what are the keywords that are related to your role. For accounting is accuracy, reducing of costs, increasing of revenue, managing of account payables, of inventory. Those are terminologies, right? Let's keep going. Time is going on. Why numbers matter. Now, this is the reason why numbers matter. Number one, it creates credibility. Number two, it shows skill and impact. And it also builds recruiters' trust. And then you had one more. It makes your recruiter understand that you know what you are doing, especially when you can defend it. Especially when you can what? You can defend it. It shows them that this guy knows what he's doing. He's not just talking grammar. You can explain how you, and this is the part, you can explain how and when you calculated it to be 40% reduction in customer complaints. When I worked with the company that I'm talking about as an example, because I just choose as an example, I increased in my time there, the sales increased twice. Sales doubled. That means by 200%. I know what it is. It's called measurement. I knew what it was. When I entered the company, I knew what to first measure. I measured it. You're a customer service, you enter the company, first measure. How many minutes does an average person in this company actually use to respond to customer inquiries? Oh, 5 minutes. Okay. I think I can do 1 minute. Or I can do 2 minutes. How many customer complaints do we usually have per month? Okay, we always have over like 15 customer complaints per month. Okay, if I respond to them early, if I build relationship with them, and I make sure that the order gets to them as fast as possible, whatever thing that they need gets answered as quick as possible, I can reduce that 15 to 10. And in 6 months, maybe I can reduce it to 3. Quantifiable. Quantifiable. You're not speaking grammar. You have entered into the company. Like I'm already giving you guys expo what you do in the first one week and 1 month. I'm already giving you guys expo. You measure. It's like going to the doctor. You tell the doctor, "Oh, doctor, I have malaria." No, doctor is not going to listen to you. He will measure. You take your blood sample and check. You will check your temperature, check your weight, and check that. Then when the result comes out, then he knows what is happening to you. Measure. Then after some while, they will measure again. Oh, this thing has gone. Oh, wonderful. I can see it in your eyes. Maybe I don't need to take blood sample again. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in the color of your palm, whatever it is. Measurement. You measure before, you take your action, you put your things in place, and you measure after. Those are the things that you put into your CV for it to be quantifiable. Let's move. We are almost done. What you should do after this webinar. We're actually at the end. Yeah. I've actually told you guys a lot of things already, right? That I will actually charge for, but I'm bringing it out for us for free. Why? Because this year, 2026, I want us to be many that are prosperous. I want us to be many that are prosperous. I want us to be many that are prosperous. Okay, it's as if, oh, somebody raised this. No, I'm going to ask, no, don't worry. Questions and answers. There's a question and answer session, right? I'm going to actually, Olu Sheung, please just keep your hands up like that. I hope it's not paining you. If you have questions, to please raise your hand. And when it's a question and answer session, I will give you the floor to ask a question. So there are only 2 options. What can you do after this seminar? Number 1, you can do what we call DIY, do it yourself approach. You fix and rewrite your CV using today's insight. I told you guys a lot. How many of you how many of you believe agree with me that I've told you guys a lot today? Let me see your emojis. Let me see the emojis. If you agree that I've said sensible stuff a lot that can give you an insight, okay, thank you very much. At least I have witnesses. So you can do it by yourself. Look at your CV, take out your age, take out whatever it is. And I hope you're taking note, because this presentation is not going to be available, but the video is going to be available on a YouTube channel, and I'll tell you the name of the YouTube channel later. All right, so apply the structures, remove unnecessary elements, add measurable achievements. Option 2 is that you can seek professional support, and I'm here. You can get me to help you to revamp your CV, to write your CV from scratch, or to revamp it, whatever that is, right? So I'm going to be going into, okay, just quick explanation, right? So our services, and I'll tell you why you are seeing, instead of job market, you are seeing this name here. So we do CV revamp, CV review. Basically, CV review, if you are joining the premium WhatsApp channel, is actually free. You understand? There's CV writing. You can actually do that. The prices are not here. If you need the prices, you chat me and I'll tell you how much they are. LinkedIn optimization, we do that also. It's part of our 2026 service. Another thing is, the things that we had this year is that we also do LinkedIn content design and posting. You want to be very active on LinkedIn, but you don't have time to design your content that are related to your, very creative content, right? We can also help you to design your content, 30 days content. We'll talk about it. This is not just creating something and just sending it to you and just say, no, we'll talk about it. What do you want to build? What kind of brand do you want to build around yourself? Do you want to build yourself as a career person, or do you want to build yourself as an authority in a certain field? So this is like your 30 days or 60 days plan content. We are going to be giving it, we're going to be sending every content to you. So you copy and you paste them, right? Another thing that we are doing is that we have daily job search, application, and tracking. When I used to look for jobs, I don't look for job again for now because my hands are actually full. But I might soon, anyways. I used to send. I think in a month I send like, I don't want to exaggerate, but I think in a month I send up to 50 CVs, 50 applications. 30 something by email, while the other 20 something by LinkedIn. For some of us, you apply for a job, you say you want a job, but you only apply once in a month, once in a week. You won't get a job that way now. So we have designed a service where we can help you. Understand? In case you're very busy, you are working, you don't have time, we can do it for you. We'll search for jobs for you that are in tandem with your CV. We will customize every CV to the job description and every cover letter to the job description, right? We will apply, and we'll also create a Google Sheet where you can see what we're applying for every day for you. So we apply for 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 5 jobs in a day. You're going to be seeing it there. You understand? A minimum of 30 jobs in a month, depending, of course, on your job role. You understand? You're going to be seeing it there. Your own is that just keep on doing your work, wherever you are working. We will be the one looking for best fit positions for you, and we're going to apply for you, right? So this is the second option. Thank you very much, guys. This is the second option of what you can do. Okay. I would like to take testimonial test. I have 2 persons that are actually arranged to actually give us a testimony of these 2 people. Yeah, and I forgot. Sorry. For those that don't know, we also have a premium group where we post international job daily. And there's something that's going to happen, I think, from next month. It's going to be better than what it was. Yes, it's going to be better than what it was, in the sense of the quantity of jobs, the variety of jobs, right? Is going to be better than, there are a lot of people there. We have the group already has about 100 people. Yeah, a little bit above 100, 1 or 2 or whatever that is, right? 100 people already in the premium group already. Some will be because the subscription is for a year. It's 5,000 naira for a year for 12 months. Can you imagine? So for 12 months, somebody is going out looking for a legitimate job and posting it in a group. Your only is to just come, see the one you like, and go and apply. It's for 5,000 naira for 12 months. You understand? It's on so we have some people that will be subscribing again. So okay, I think we should take, because of time. Wow, this is 6:20. Wow. Okay, let's take questions. Let's take questions. Then if while we are asking the question, I will try to see if the people that are supposed to take the testimonials are available. There are people that actually I did CV revamp for, or CV review for, whatever it is, and they landed an international job. We have 2 of them, right? Not because we don't have more, we have more, but it was 2 I was able to get. I just thought about it, I think like 2 days ago. So I was able to reach out to them and say, okay, you guys should come and say 1 or 2 things on the in the webinar today. So just let people know that no be cho. All right, so Oluseun, okay, can you go ahead, please? Kindly unmute. I can't unmute you. You have to unmute. If Oluseun is not available, can Temitope go ahead?
Okay, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My question is, what's the difference between CV and resume? That's first. Then my second question is, how can someone that just that wants to transition into online jobs and has done training but hasn't gotten hands-on experience yet, how can such person structure his or her CV? Thank you.
Okay. All right. Let me answer you before I call in. Sorry. Before I answer another person's question. Sorry, I don't think I can see. Okay. Just come on again. I'm sorry, I'm looking for where I am. Okay. All right. So what's the difference between CV and resume? Right? There's not so much difference between the 2 of them, right? I think it is, first of all, grammar, right? It's like when you spell center, CENTER, and you spell it as CENTRE. One is British, the other one is American. You understand? So a resume is like more concise, right? More concise. It still has pretty much the structure that a CV has, but a CV can be sorry, please excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, so a resume is more concise, right? But they both have pretty much the same thing. Understand? Like I said, it's basically grammar. Understand? If a company asks you to send a CV, just rename your documents. Sorry, they say send us a resume. Rename your CV into resume. But this is what is important in the 2 of them. You must have your achievements, job achievements, not job description. Now, to answer the second question of you don't have hands-on experience, but you're taking on training, right? Now, this is the point at that point, maybe you want to switch to another career. You have taken the training and everything. In that your training, there must have been a kind of practical that you did. You understand? Some level of practical that you did during the training. You can put that as you can make there's a way to actually go about it. You make that very pronounced in your CV. You understand? Let's say you have done some training on customer service, but you're an accountant, you want to switch, you feel it is actually okay, right? And this is why I usually tell people, right? Switch first. Yeah. Get a job as a customer service first. Understand? Get a job as a customer service first, or get a job as a customer service during your the time you're actually getting to learn. You understand? So there's no rule of thumb way to solve it actually, right? Because it is very, very is very, very delicate, right? So try as much as possible to, if you have an opportunity to switch first, right? You just do a little bit of training, put it on your CV, make it pronounced, send it out, you switch. Your first job is going to be very, very important. You can then use the first job to edit your CV for the next level in case you want to change your job. But practically, what you can do is while you are training, push out your CV, use what you have learned so far, put it at the forefront of your CV. Let it be on top. That is in your work experience. Let it be on top. The tools that you have used, even if you're an accountant and you want to like move to customer service, remove your QuickBooks, remove your Sage 1 from your skills session and put in whatever tools you have been using, CRM, or the tools that you have been told you'll be taught during your training. You understand? So that's very, very important. So, and also you should be applying for entry-level jobs. Entry-level jobs, set your LinkedIn to give you entry-level customer service. That is, I'm using customer service as an example. Entry-level customer service job, because those ones don't really need so much experience, maybe less than a year experience. You understand? And even where you are currently, if it's possible, there's the customer service department, right? You need to start learning hands-on practicals about customer service, right? You want to switch and you have a customer service department. Your best bet is that you can actually switch within your company, right? From an accounting department to a customer service department. After you finish training, you can tell your HR, oh, this is it. This is what these are trainings I have. You can just give me a try, and they can move you, right? So, like I said, there's no rule of thumb. It's just wisdom on how to actually navigate, right? Olakunle, okay, thank you very much. Okay, that means you understood. Olakunle Alawa, you can ask a question.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Emmanuel. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for this wonderful initiative. Okay, so my question is concerning the CV. As you were speaking about the CV, I was actually picturing a lot of things about the CV. For example, and I think you've spoken about some of the parts from the question Tope asked. Okay, so my own question is, for instance, let's assume, okay, I've worked as probably a clerk for a very long time, and I also have a little experience in customer service. Currently, I worked as an accountant, so I have not worked elsewhere as an accountant. On my resume, or on my CV, most of the time it's good to have more than one work experience. So is it okay for me to just put one? Because I love the way you just explained those. For instance, if I'm now looking for a job as an accountant, because if I send my CV to you now, you see that I have a place where I spoke about me being a clerk and all of that. So here you're telling me that if I'm applying for an accounting role, I should just make it bold and very, very, like, I should make sure that I'm concentrating on that particular role on my CV. So how do I go about it? Because it's also good for me to make sure that I have at least more than one job experience. So
Okay.
that's my own question at that part. And I think I also need to message you privately for other things because I love what you are doing.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. I really appreciate. Thank you. So focus is very important. Like I said, there's a way to go about it. There's a way for you to, like, if let's say you as a clerk you did like 2 years, as a customer service you did like another 2 years, but you are currently as an accountant. First question is, what do you want to remain as? Do you want to remain as an accountant, meaning that you want to get another accounting job if you want to change, or do you want to focus on customer service? Because your answer is what determines how your CV is going to be. You understand? So if you say, okay, all those other ones were just me trying to, because, and another thing, whatever you want to do, it has to be related. I know you say you should have job experiences. Please, I'm very sorry. We are very gone above time. Let's just we'll soon round off. Is not advisable for you to be like everywhere. I know jack of all trades can be master of many things, but you don't want to appear as someone that's not focused. Because if I employ this guy now, one day he's going to wake up and jump to customer service. Before you know it, he's going to, of course, it will mean that you are good as a customer service. Now, like I said, it depends on what you want to portray yourself. For me, for instance, I have Coursera certificates as an HR. I did foundation level ICANN. I have experience as a sales development representative, cold calling. I have experience when it comes to, that is with a all these so I have plenty of experiences, right? But this is what I am positioning myself as. And as I said, your question determines. I am positioning myself as a business consultant, right? And it is necessary for a business consultant to have experience in accounts, in sales, in HR. It doesn't mean you did it, whatever. And that was what made that other company that I worked with value me, because I was the HR. Of course, Nigerians can actually use you unless you use your sense. I was HR, I was operations guy, I was in charge of training and development. I was inventory manager. I was many things. I was the second in command of the company. And for me, that is okay. That is where I'm going to. So that job was a training ground for me. You understand? That is where I'm going to. If I wanted to stick as an accountant, right? I will not bother disturbing myself with all those. Those are distractions. You understand? Those are so that's why I said the question is, what do you want to portray yourself as? That is what determines how your CV is, and that is what you determine what you call yourself. If you want to become a business consultant, like I explained, and you have clerk, you have customer service, you have accounting, that means you're not going to put accounting as your whatever. There's something else you're going to put, you're going to use, that gives your employee, or you're going to say, okay, you are this / this, and your description, your professional summary is going to make them understand that this person is not confused, though. This person is going to this place and is picking up these experiences, and this person can be a plus to your company, especially if you have achievable metrics in clerk, in customer service. Okay, as a clerk, I was able to put in this system that reduced theft by so naira. So as a customer service, I was able to do this that reduce customer complaints and increase customer satisfaction. As an accountant, I do blah 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 blah. You understand? That is different. So when you answer the question number one, number two, your title on your CV and your professional summary will explain to the recruiter that this person is not just jumping from one job to the other. This person is working on himself to be this, and that is why it seems like that. But if you want to focus on accounting, like I said, you have to silence the voice of those other jobs that you did. There's a way you do it. You summarize it into just one session. It's going to be one session instead of clerk one session, customer service one session, and accounting one session. No, you summarize two of them inside one session and put it there. Another thing that I forgot to tell you guys. So I hope I'm able to answer your question. Okay, thank you very much. Another thing I forgot to tell you guys is that please remove your primary school education from your CV. I don't know what it's doing there. Remove your primary school education from your CV. Remove your secondary school education from your CV. Take it out. It's not necessary. If you went to OND, if you did OND, HND, BSc, Masters, it's from there. That should be on your CV. I don't care about what primary school you went to. I don't care about what secondary school you went to. You must have even forgotten what you even learned, right? But I want to know what you studied in school. I want to know what you did in HND or in BSc. You understand? I want to know where you're coming from. I don't need to know your primary, your secondary, whatever it is. You understand? I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm trying to see how. I think we're going to skip the testimonials for today because of time. Okay. So, there, like I said, I have three good news I just want to quickly talk to us about. The first one is that we are expanding. We're expanding. Our name right now is Job Markets, right? And last 2 years, I was not doing like webinars, but this year I'm saying to myself, every month we have to have 2 webinars. If you are excited about that, you can clap. We're going to have 2 webinars. Now, the next webinar is going to be on the 21st. And let me give you a juice. Something about that is that it's going to be a webinar. I'm going to bring in about 2 to 3 people that are working international jobs. You're going to come and ask them questions. How did you do it? How is it? Whatever questions you have about people. So you have someone working it. Customer side, there's going to be somebody for sales. There's going to be somebody for customer service. I'm going to bring in somebody maybe for tech. And you can ask them any question you want to ask them. So it's going to be like a round table, asking questions. I have questions I want to ask them. We're going to ask them any sort of questions and let them give us tips on how they got their job, how they're able to stay on their job, how they're able to manage their employees with cultural differences, so their employers with cultural differences. So that's going to happen. The flyer is going to be out this week, right? But like I said, we are expanding from Job Markets. The new brand name is The Connectors Place. And basically, we are connecting you to money, business, and career growth. Because the whole idea that we are actually working is to make money. But career is not the only way you can make money. You can make money through your business, through businesses, right? And I'll tell you, I have something for business people, right? And there's something I used to say, don't have a career job, have a career business. You have to learn how to switch. We're going to have a webinar on that maybe sometime during the year. How can you switch from being a career job person to a career business person? There's some people on this course, you have 15 years experience. You don't have a book. 15 years experience as a customer service. You don't have a book. You are not thinking of starting a consultancy, whatever it is, helping companies train their customer service. You have 15 years experience. You are not doing anything with it. So how can you convert your career job to your career business? Right? I thought some people are going to be excited about this. I'm not seeing any emoji. So I guess maybe you guys don't really need it. Right? So our name now is The Connectors Place. And there are some certain things that will happen because of this. Number one is that job vacancies are going to be posted only on our WhatsApp channel, right? We have a WhatsApp channel, which is currently called Job Markets. It's a WhatsApp channel. So our job vacancies are going to be posted there and there only, right? Number two is that there's going to be renaming of all the groups. Currently, we have one WhatsApp channel, which is now going to be for jobs and vacancies and all that. Now we have 3 WhatsApp groups, right? I'm going to make one inactive, and I'm going to tell us the 2 that are going to be active. So those that are in the third one, we have to move to There's one that's almost full. The other one is about 600 or something. The other one, I think, I don't know, 300. So the 300 one, I'm going to make them inactive. We're not going to post anything there until later. So I'm going to tell us the link to follow. Once we have rebranded and changed the name, everything is going to happen today, right? But from Monday, every job vacancy is going to, even from today, every job vacancy is going to, and I'll post the channel link so you can join. And like I said before, every month now there's going to be free webinars, 2 free webinars every 2 weeks, because I want you to land a job, and I don't want you to just land a job. I want you to land an international job. Let me tell you, my brothers and my sisters, international job is sweet. Seller. So we're going to be talking about business growth and structure, money and financial intelligence, practical sessions for business owners, professionals, building side income. Well, I don't like using the word also. I think it's very wrong, right? But I call it side income, right? So I'm going to be bringing in people, which I don't mind if I have to pay them. Understand? So that's why you guys have to patronize our job or career services, right? So that we can get funds to actually bring in people that can talk to us about money, talk to us about businesses, talk to us about career. Like I said, we're still going to do a lot of this thing. So this month is just we're going to be focused on career. From next month to start doing business and business. So please, let's have that in mind. Just one more thing. Yes. So as to launch our business side, I'm calling on 5 business owners. If you are interested that I should work with you for the next 3 months, we're going to have calls every week individually, right? I'm going to look into your business. I'm going to tell you what is wrong, what you can do to actually make it better. You are struggling with sales, you are struggling with whatever customer service, whatever it is that you're struggling with. And it's only open to 5 business owners, right? Because that is the capacity I have for now. And it's free. And it's going to be for the next 3 months. You understand? I'm going to be sharing the link because you have to answer there's about like 22 or 23 questions on a Google form, which I'm going to send to you. If you're interested, you take out your time and you fill it. Then I will look at the people that I want to reach out to, and I'll reach out to them and we'll start from there. And there are 5 because I want to give out 1 hour every day for one business. 1 hour on Monday, business A. 1 hour on Tuesday, business B. We're going to talk, tell me your pain points. I'm going to tell you what you're supposed to do. If it gets to a point where it's above my intellect, I can bring in somebody, right? I can bring in somebody to help your business grow. And we're going to be doing that for the next 3 months. So if you're interested, just wait. By tomorrow night, I'm going to send the link, and I'm going to also send. So when you see this flyer, just know that the link under it is the link for those that are interested. So if I have 10, 20 people that are interested, I'm going to select the people that I can work with, because I cannot work with everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you, whoever that person is. I was thinking that many people will be excited. If you have a business, now this is only for people that have businesses. There's going to be something else later for those that don't have a business. You don't know how to go about. You don't know how to go about raising funds, whatever it is. We can go about that, right? Yeah. All right. So I think I've said a lot of things. And lastly, there's going to be a feedback form that is going to be posted on the group. Please, it's just 5 questions. Just let me post it now. I just need you to tell me what you enjoyed or what you did not enjoy about this. Somebody has told me I'm interested, though. That's for part of the business, 5 businesses. Don't worry, I'm going to send you a link. But the link I want to send now is a link for feedback, because it's very, very necessary that we have a feedback. And the people that are running businesses, I'm telling you, because one of the things that you need as a business person is that you need somebody who is from the outside. They call them outsiders. You understand? You need somebody, you that you are inside. You are too close to your nose, so I cannot see your nose. But you need someone to look at it from the outside for you and tell you what you think is the problem is not really the problem. The problem is this, and this is the solution to it. Okay. Yes. Yes, I just sent it now. Immediately after this session, please, I want to hear something about today's. If there's something you think that we could do to actually make us more value packed, you can also put it in the form, right? I don't thought about this year. Like this year, I'm telling you, this year there's no play, there's no array in Moscow. If you have a business and your business has not been doing well, it has to do well this year by prayer, by wisdom, by deliverance, by fire, and by force. Your business must go up this year. If you have a business idea, when we have time, those that have business idea, how can you judge your ideas? What do you do when you have a business idea? So you don't do a business that is going to like crash and you've put in all your money. You understand? How do you raise funds? How do you do that? How do you do that, right? So this year is a year for business. It's a year about money. There are some things that I was doing before. I had to let go of those things, right? Because this year I want to focus, right? I want to focus. I want to be able to give people value. And yeah, I've said a lot about that already. And also, in case you are having, I'm open for any speaking engagement, whether it is church, whether it is mosque, whether it is I don't do clubs anyway, I don't do shrines, right? Whenever it is, you have an event online, offline, Lagos, if it's offline, right? You want me to come and talk about what I just spoke about now and the other things I want to talk about CV, right? I'm open. Don't worry, there's no charging. It's pro bono, at least for the next 6 months. It's just going to be for free. Just make sure that there's food if you're inviting me for a physical outing. Thank you very much. I'm really glad for this session. Thank you very much for your time. If you have any other question because of time, chat me up on WhatsApp. I'm going to respond to you. And please, 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 the feedback form is very, very important. It's very, very important. Please, please let us know how to do better in the next coming webinar. Thank you very, very much. I love us all, and God bless you. Have a good day.